Can you hear me now? Let's see, I just changed my settings, but I know that the comments are a little bit delayed. There we go. I'm seeing some yeses. Thank you so much, ladies, for letting me know right away so I didn't talk to myself for a long time. I was just saying that my friend Sarah Simon bought me this adorable mug, and now that it's getting cooler in the evenings, it is time for me to break it out and enjoy my evening tea while I stamp with you guys. Tonight, I'm sharing a couple really stunning cards, and I'm really, really excited to offer another free mini class tonight, just like I offered last week. Oh my gosh, I had so many people so excited about that class, and I've got another one for you tonight to help you get the most out of the end of Celebration. Celebration is coming to an end in just 3 short days, and we want some celebration maximization with these classes. That is my goal, and so that's what I have for you tonight. All right. I see people saying no sound still, but I think that might have been when they first popped on. So I think we are good to go. Hi, Betty. Welcome back. If I remember, last time was your first time watching. And hello, Jackie and Julie and Marcia. I see Julie shared. Thank you so much for sharing, Julie. You guys, it really makes my heart happy when you share this video. I'm super passionate about helping people to be creative, and it really helps support my small business. So if you love the projects I'm making and you want to help support me, I would love it if you would just take a minute and hit that share button. It should be underneath my broadcast somewhere so that I can help other people be creative too. Oh, goodness, excuse me. All right. So if this is your first time watching me, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm glad you decided to come back and watch another of my videos. My name is Rose Grunwald. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm your creative coach. I am here to inspire your creativity and help you with lots of fun layouts and ideas to use with your products. So that you can get the most out of your card making supplies. I like to make simple, stunning cards. I don't like cards that are too intricate. And even if something is a bit complex, my goal is to break it down for you so that you can make it at home yourself as well. I offer monthly card classes by mail that are super popular, and I get a lot of compliments on, and I hope that one month when you are feeling the creative bug that you will try one out. I am stamping with you tonight in my fabulous Stampin' Studio here in New Holstein, Wisconsin. And let me tell you, the geese are really loud out there. So I don't know if you can hear them over me talking, probably not, because I'm kind of loud, but they are loud, and that tells me that fall is here, and I'm really excited. If you are watching me live, please, I see lots of you saying hello. Thank you so much for engaging and chatting with me. I don't want to talk to myself. If you're watching the replay, I would love it if you would just tell me in the comments that you're watching the replay. You can still comment along and play. I like to do a little get to know you while I'm stamping, and it's really, really fun to read everybody's comments. And those who return to my page can attest to the fact that I read every single comment on my lives. Right, ladies? You can tell them. I read every comment, and I love to comment back. So, all right, should we get to stamping? I know you want to know all about my mini class, right? Okay. Let me see. Do I have any more notes to tell you about? I have a page of notes here so I don't forget. Oh, I'm live on YouTube and on Facebook every Monday at 7 Central. So if you haven't liked or subscribed to my YouTube or Facebook channel, you're going to want to do that now so that you don't miss anything. Plus, when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, You get all my handy videos in one place. I've got over 100 out there, so it's nice to have them kind of all organized. All right, tonight we are making a couple cards that are going to be included in a free mini class. And in case you're wondering, what in the heck is a mini class? Well, I'm here to tell you. So last week we stamped, let me see if I can find my cards. Let's see. I don't know where they went. Hang on, I might have them here. Okay, I totally lost my cards from last week. But last week we stamped a couple cards, and I have all of the layers used for those cards tucked into some envelopes here and packaged all nice and neat to go with my calendar of events on the back, a little label to remind you which class this is for. And this mini class from last week was free when you purchase from my online store of at least $25. And of course, if you purchase 50 or 100, there were some extra freebies I threw in there. So when I say you can get a free mini class, this is what you can expect delivered to your door. Everything nice and neat and packaged really nicely in there. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about that. All right. Tonight, we are playing, and I've been using this paper a lot. So we're playing with the beautifully penned designer series paper. This is a freebie from Celebration. And as you can see, I've been using tons of this stuff because it's so gorgeous. It's this beautiful kind of muted black and white color, two-sided, of course. Here's a couple more of the patterns. Aren't these fun? If you have the beautifully penned designer series paper, it's those same patterns but black and white. So gorgeous. And this has been sitting on my shelf waiting to be played with, and of course I dug it out and got to crafting the other day with it, and I love it. Okay, we are going to be stamping with the host stamp set called In Your Words. So during Celebration, this is only available when you host an event, a party, or like an online stamping get together or in person, and your purchases, or I think your workshop is over $300. I think this is free. And so there are tons of sentiments in here, and we're going to be using these for our sentiments. Now, I want you to know that if you don't have this stamp set and you want to get this mini class, you absolutely can just swap out the sentiments that I use in this class for your own. So do not worry if you don't have the stamp set. These cards that we're going to make tonight are neutral enough that you can use whatever sentiments you would like. Okay, we're also going to use these Brilliant Wings dies, and it's been a while since I played with these. Now, these dies are like a two set of dies. You've got the solid butterfly images and some pretty like textures, and then the detailed butterfly images. Tonight we're using a couple of the detailed butterfly images, the two largest ones. Now, if you get this class to go with an online order, all of the butterfly die cut pieces will be included in your class. So you don't have to have these dies to make the cards the same, because they will be die cut and included in the class for you. All right, let's get to stamping. We're going to start with the card base. We're making this one a tall card, and I only have it folded already because that's how it fit in my little container that I keep my supplies in. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scored it at 5.5, and I'm going to use my bone folder and burnish that folded edge so we have a nice, tight, crisp fold. Whenever you're making a tall card, remember that you want to score in the center there so you have a nice, crisp, folded edge. Okay, and we have got a couple pieces of our designer series paper. Now, truthfully, it does not matter which side you use. You can use any of the patterns. They coordinate really, really well together. So one of our pieces here is 4 by 5.25. And then the next one is 1/4 of an inch smaller, so 3 3/4 by 5. And we also have a circle cut from our layering circles out of a piece of basic black. And I die cut the second largest butterfly out of these brilliant wing dies. So it's this one here. And this is just cut out of a scrap of basic white. Okay, now we do have a little stamping to do, and I'm going to use the sentiment from the stamp set that says, it says, sending this card for no particular reason. Right here, sending this card for no particular reason. So let me grab, I've got a scrap of basic white here. I have so many of these scraps laying around because when I cut my classes to go, there's often like 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch that I end up trimming off to make my layers. And I've got so many of these. So I love using these up with my sentiments. I'm going to ink this up in Memento Black ink. And hope for the best when I stamp this here in the center. Oh, pretty darn good. So sending this card for no particular reason. Okay, we're going to grab our snips, and I'm just going to snip off each end. And I want to be somewhat careful to make sure I'm snipping about the same amount on each side so that it's centered here in the middle of my strip. This looks like someone typed it. I love that font. Oh my goodness. Robin's moving. Oh, I knew you were moving. I didn't know when, Robin. And her craft room isn't together yet. You're going to have so much fun putting your craft room together. Oh, and Jean got to purge when her landlord came in and painted. That's always fun. I actually just did a little purging this morning. It was great. Okay, so we have got this little butterfly, and we've got this black circle, and I'm going to attach this butterfly to the center of the circle. And I found the easiest way to do that is with some mini glue dots. So let's grab our mini glue dots. I like to use my take your pick tool for this, or the end of my paper snips works really great. Now what's cool about the mini glue dots is that even in this narrower piece on the body of the, okay, I lost one. On the body of the butterfly, you can kind of fold the glue dot over on itself so that it still sticks but doesn't stick out like that. All right. So I'm just going to stick this on to the center of my circle, just like that. Super easy. All right, now we're going to do a little gluing. So I'm getting out my silicone craft sheet. You know when that comes out that we're going to be doing some gluing. And what I'm going to do is glue this polka dot layer onto my other kind of black and white leaf layer in the center, just like that. Now, while I'm gluing, I love to do a little get to know you. I would love to hear what everyone did this weekend. What did you guys do this weekend? Anything fun? I had a great weekend. I will tell you all about it as I'm stamping here. But as I'm talking, I would love for you to share with us, all of us watching, what did you do this weekend? Did you have any fun plans? My mom and dad came to visit us here. My dad and my husband went golfing together. And my mom and we went bumming around the area. And what we did is we visited some local bulk food stores and a meat market and an orchard. And it was just perfect it was a beautiful, breezy, clear fall day. And it was awesome. And then we went to dinner to a couple local supper clubs. And Saturday, John took us for a ride, just kind of sightseeing and looking at the start of the fall colors, and it was awesome. Okay, I'm gluing these layers now directly onto this card base, right in the center, just like this. Simple, simple. Oh, Betty went bowling. Fun. Mixed couples bowling. I haven't been bowling in a long time. All right, now we are going to take some linen thread. Actually, before we do that, I am going to put our butterfly. We are going to pop this up right in the center of our card, like this. But I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals. I want that kind of popped up here. So let's put some dimensionals on our circle. Oh, Marcia is still recovering from her surgery. I hope that you are feeling better, Marcia. Surgery recovery is not always fun or easy. Karen, better late than never. I'm glad you were able to join. Okay, so I am popping up that butterfly here in the center of our card. Just like so. All right, now I'm going to come in with my linen thread. And I know this is a partially used bag. All right, and we're just going to pull off a length of it here. I like to keep this one in the bag so that it doesn't unwind all over everything. Okay, and we are just going to tie a little bow in this thread. So I kind of tie by going around and pushing the loop through. Some people will make 2 loops and then tie that in a knot. And what we're going to do is we are going to put our sentiment, or I should say tuck this little linen thread bow behind our sentiment. Our sentiment's going to go on our card here, and we're going to tuck it behind this bow. So what I am doing here is just testing the length of these loops to see how long I want them to be. That looks good. I'm just going to trim the ends of this a little bit so that it's not flapping everywhere. Hi, Sandy. Better late than never. Glad you could make it. Oh, Jean did some baking and cooking for her son-in-law. That sounds fun. The 6'8" guy needs to eat. That makes me so fun. Oh, doing some paper pumpkin kits. I'm a little bit behind on my paper pumpkin kits, you guys. I was thinking about starting to put them together live because otherwise I don't do them. I get behind designing classes and everything, and I really miss them. All right, so I'm going to stick this bow onto our butterfly with another mini glue dot. And then our sentiment here is going to go over the top of this bow. Just like this, that bow is going to peek out. Now, if you've been watching your catalog, and I'm going to use mini dimensionals to pop this up. If you've been watching your catalogs, you will see that that's a pretty popular way to use ribbon these days, is to put that ribbon bow or thread bow behind your sentiment or other layer. And it's a really cool look. I like it. So I've been using it more and more, and we're going to use it on our next card too. Very trendy. All right. Okay, just like this. And then you can trim the edges of your linen thread to match. Now, I'm not going to decorate the inside of this card. You can do whatever you would like to do. I like leaving this one blank so I can handwrite all sorts of stuff, since this just says sending this card for no particular reason. But I do want to add a splash of color to this card. Now, I mentioned you could get a free mini class. So this is one of the cards that comes in your class. You'll get to make 2 each of 2 designs, and this is the first card. Now, the reason I did 2 each of 2 designs is because you can mix and match the different patterns from your designer series paper. So your free mini class, while supplies last, will come with a 1/4 pack of this pretty designer series paper so that you can decide what patterns you want to mix and match for these layouts. Now, with a $50 order, you will also get a package of this linen thread and a free celebration item. And with a $100 order, I'm also going to throw in these Artistry Blooms sequins. Now, why in the world did I put in the Artistry Blooms sequins? Because watch this. We're going to add some color to this card just with the subtle color of these sequins. So I'm just going to place a couple of these sequins on here. Now, you know I always like to place them in odd numbers. There we go. So let's see. This one I feel like needs to go here a little more. And we added just a perfect splash of color to that card with our sequins. Jean says, so simple, so cute. Thank you so much. Yes, this is a very, here, let me move my light, see if you can see it a little better. Very simple card, but beautiful. Now, when I talk about mixing and matching patterns with your 1/4 pack, like here's how big a 1/4 pack of this paper is. You can see there are tons of packs of designs in there. And here is one that I made with 2 completely different patterns in that package of paper. Now, instead of the kind of peach sequins, I used these, this looks like pool party color here. So you can add a splash of color with these sequins. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. I love it. So glad that you like it. All right, so that's our first card for the night. Oh, but let me show you one more thing. Hang on. One more thing. Now, when you cut all these layers, you end up, just like I have, all these different size pieces. And so we've been doing this a little bit more lately. You can also decorate your envelope. So let's do that quick. Okay, I'm going to do a little glue here on my envelope flap. And I've got a piece here. I think this is about 2¼ inches wide by 6. Just line this up. Glue it down. And then all you have to do is trim around your overhang. It's cutting off camera here. I love doing this to make my envelope coordinate. Just like this. So you see how this will look so cute together? Or even this pattern, they all go together so well. So use up some of those extra pieces for your envelope flap. It'll be awesome. Okay, there's our first card. Let me get a few things out of the way here and cleaned up. We're ready to go for our second card. Clean off my stamp with my chamois. This is the best thing I ever bought, is this chamois. All right. Okay. Our next card, I'm going to make a birthday card. So I am using the Happy Birthday Sentiment. I got another scrap. Oh, this one looks about 3/4 inch wide instead of 1/2 inch. And then I've already got a piece cut for our envelope and a scrap. And then we've got 2 other pieces of the designer series paper here. This one here is 4x2 and this one is 3x2.5. I'll have a blog post that goes live, I think, early tomorrow morning that will have all these measurements that you can refer to for cutting your designer series paper with the mini class. We're also going to use our Label Me Lovely punch. This is my favorite punch. I love it. And I've already die cut a black butterfly. This is the largest butterfly image. I already die cut that for you so that you don't have to watch me do all that. And again, just a reminder, with this mini class, all these die cut pieces and everything will come die cut for you. Okay. Our card base this time is going to be basic black. So I've got a piece here that's 5.5 by 8.5. I'm just going to move a few things out of the way here. And we will just fold and burnish that edge so we get a nice crisp edge. How many of you use black card bases? I haven't done it a lot, but some of these black and white patterns lately, I've made a few and they really turn out really super sharp, stunning. Okay, now you know that I like to layer tone on tone layers. So I've got another piece of basic black here that's 4 by 5.25, and we're going to emboss this. Now, I'm going to use my time-worn type 3B embossing folder. You could use whatever you have on hand that you would like to use for these cards. Okay, and I'm going to, there we go. put this through my Big Boss. Do y'all have the Time Worn Type embossing folder? It was a new one in the fall catalog or the holiday catalog, and I love it. I've used it a ton. Like, it's kind of become my go-to. It's a nice, subtle one without too much, like, stippling when it comes out. Curious who has this and who else loves it. Okay. So here I'm going to hold this up so you can see that pattern a little bit. Actually, I think, yep, like this is how it goes. There are some words on here, very subtle words that you can kind of make out. Like here, never was a word. That's how I kind of know what direction it goes. All right. Okay, we are going to glue this down onto our card base. So getting out my seal. One trick for seal, for those of you who got my adhesive pack and maybe are new to using the Stampin' Seal, it really requires a very light touch. You don't need to push very hard to get it to work. All right. Okay, so we're gluing this down to the center of our card. What do you think of this black on black so far? Is this a little crazy and out of your comfort zone? Or are you okay with this? Let me know. Do you ever do black on black card bases? Okay, now, you remember we had, and actually we have this piece of basic white. And we have happy birthday on the front. And I'm going to put this, this card makes you smile. Or we could do hope your day is fantabulistic. I like that one. Hope your day is fantabulistic. Let's stamp that on the inside. Ooh, Bernetta likes the black. Okay. We've got one vote for the black. I don't want to make you guys too nervous with my black on black card here. All right, let's try and stamp this in the center. Ooh, pretty darn good. And then while we're at it, let's stamp our sentiment that's going to go on this strip. Now this one we have to be kind of careful of because I don't have a lot of room to play with. And what's ironic is that I got it really super inked up here. All right, there we go. Okay, do this off to the side in case I make a mistake. Oh, pretty good. Wow. Wowee. Okay, so now I'm just going to trim off those edges. And again, I'm being careful to kind of monitor how close I'm coming to that. Okay, now let's adhere our inside layer to our card base. this. Okay, there we go. We're ready to go on the inside. And now we can start to put together. Oh, I got a little more glue in here. Okay, what I'm going to do with these pieces is have this wider piece kind of stick out as a layer behind the narrower piece, like this. So I'm going to glue down. I kind of eyeballed where I think the glue should go. And I'm going to glue this. Here. Like that. Okay. Now we're going to take our Label Me Lovely punch, and I've got a scrap of basic white here. I'm just going to stamp or punch that out. And just like we did with our other card, we are going to attach this envelope to our layer here, and we're going to use mini glue dots to do that. Now, the reason I'm doing this is as this goes onto our paper, what I'm doing with this solid piece is breaking up the background of those patterns. It'll make it a little bit easier to see the focal point of our card, which is this butterfly. So you might remember last week I did that with a piece of vellum on one of our cards. Vellum is great for kind of breaking up the patterns with a punched or die cut layer too. Okay, I'm going to do my best to center this. Very good. All right, and now we're going to put this here on our card, and I'm going to adhere this directly to our card base. I don't want this coming up, so I'm making sure to get glue on all of these layers. Okay, just like this. So I'm not using a lot of designer series paper here, just a little bit. My goodness, you ladies are quiet tonight. Not a lot of people shared their weekend. Let's see here, I got my other pieces. All right. Coming back to my linen thread, let's first get our butterfly piece on here. And I'm going to put him or her right over the center of these designer series paper layers. So taking these dimensionals like so. All right. Now you could offset this a little bit to one side or the other if you wanted to, or you could go right in the center of your layers. Totally up to you. Depends on what looks nice to your eye. And then I've got our happy birthday sentiment here. And I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals too. I think we only need to do the one side. You're going to see that I'm going to do a little tucking of some of our linen thread underneath again. So let's grab our thread. Of course, I closed it, and now we'll cut a length of this. Hopefully I cut enough here. I either cut too much or I never seem to cut just the perfect length of this. I think it'll be okay. All right. And now I'm going to show you another way that you can tuck that bow behind. We can grab our glue dot here, attach it to our bow, and we can stick that kind of right behind our sentiment. Grab my, take your pick tool. We can tuck it right under, just like that. So you don't always have to lay the sentiment first. You can tuck it under. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim off the ends. Oh, yes, Jean, the dragonflies would work awesome as well. They would work great. You are right about that. Now, the cool thing about this linen thread that I don't know if you knew is that it kind of curls. So a lot of times I like to use my bone folder and curl it like gift ribbon, like so. And now remember, with your $100 order, you are getting these jewels for free too. So let's add a little color. Ooh, how about this pretty, I don't know what color this is. Melon Mambo, maybe? Kind of seems like it might be Melon Mambo. One here. One here. And then let's tuck one right here by this wing. Here, like that. Okay, now again, we've got our strip to glue down. So grab our envelope. Line that up. Glue it down. And then we just trim off those ends. Whoops, I got a little bit too close to the edge here. No problem. I'll just trim that off. There. And so now we've got our card number 2 with our matching envelope. We stamp the inside of this one too. How do you like that? Oh, thank you so much, everyone. All right, now, again, you can mix and match patterns here. So here I brought in that kind of black and white foliage with the dots behind it. And I used those pool party sequins. So you can see the different look of these cards. And here we are with our first 2 cards from the evening too. Okay, now remember, I keep saying that you can get this free mini class. So here we have it. You get a free card kit in the mail when you purchase from my online store using my host code. I've got the host code there, WJJZ2X6R. Your purchase has to be in by the 30th. So you have until Thursday to get your online order in. When you purchase 25 bucks, you get the free card kit to make 2 each of 2 designs in the mail. And you get a quarter pack of this pretty designer series paper while supplies last. I don't have unlimited of that designer series paper. With a $50 order, you'll get the card kit, including the designer series paper and a spool of linen thread. And with a $100 order, you'll get the card kit, the DSP, the spool of linen thread, and a free pack of these Artistry Blooms sequins, so you can bling up your cards as well and add just that little pop of color. So there you have it. Those are our cards for tonight, ladies. I hope you enjoyed my projects. Now, if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to earn your business. I've got a link to shop my online store. If you have any questions at all, please shoot me an email at countrycardsbyrose@gmail.com. I love to help. I'd love to send you one of these card kits, and I hope that you'll keep joining me here on Monday evenings at 7 Central. I am live on Facebook and on YouTube. So I'll be stamping here again next week. All right, that's it for me. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I will be stamping with you soon. Bye.